Hey, it's John Dow, the Conversation Coach, here with another video to help you improve your English fluency. If you want to sound more natural, you should know how to use phrasal verbs. In case you don't know, a phrasal verb is a normal verb plus a preposition. Now, the tricky thing about phrasal verbs is there are a lot of them. I've noticed that when I was teaching in classes before, a lot of students would try to include phrasal verbs in every single sentence. Don't do this. Very unnecessary. That's phrasal verb overload. So for now, let's focus on the verb call. Here's 5 phrasal verbs using call. Call on, call off, call up, call in, and call out. So first, call on. This is very similar to choose or to pick. This is not going to be common for you to use. When I was a teacher, I would call on different students to answer the questions. In other words, I would choose different students to answer the questions. The reason why this is probably not going to be very useful for you is you have to be in a superior position. So an instructor in front of students, a manager in a meeting, maybe if you're working or volunteering in daycare. But for the rest of you, you probably won't really have a chance to use this phrasal verb. This next one, call off. Call off means to cancel or to stop. For example, we had to call off the meeting because the boss was sick. We had to cancel, we had to stop the meeting because the boss was sick. This one will be useful for you. You can call off a party, call off a plan, call off a date, call off an appointment. Next up, call up. This is a good example of using a phrasal verb when you don't even have to, because the difference between call up and call is nothing. Call up simply just means to phone. Yes, you can use phone as a verb. So if I call up my friend, that just means I called my friend. But by using up, I sound more conversational. I sound more natural. Listen again. I called my friend. I called up my friend. Who sounds like a more natural speaker? You do. Next, we have call in. Call in is very similar to call up, but you have to be aware of the context, because usually when we use call in, we use it in the context of to call in sick. I didn't go to work today. I had to call in sick. I had to call my work, tell them I'm sick. That's the summation of the phrase, to call in sick. Finally, to call out. This is similar to point out. Call out actually has 2 meanings. The first meaning is very similar to call on. You see these in movies, the big macho guy. Who wants to fight me? How about you? He's calling out that person. But the more common usage that you can probably utilize, it's going to be when someone's trying to hide something, someone's trying to get away with something, and you don't let it happen. Maybe you're at a party with your friend, it's not really fun, and he's trying to leave without you. You say, hey, where are you going? Hey, you can't leave. And then everybody in the crowd looks at your friend, you called him out. Not a cool thing to do. You guys probably won't be friends for much longer. Here's another common example. Let's say one of your New Year's resolutions is to go on a diet. And you're hanging out with your friend and you're eating a bunch of ice cream. Your friend says, hey, aren't you supposed to be on a diet? Your friend called you out. Okay, got it? Good. Remember, you can always go to my website, calmdow.com, and you can find more example sentences for each lesson. Also, if you're interested in online English lessons, email me at letstalk@calmdow.com. And if you're in the Boston area, call me up, 617-870-3615. Calm Dow, let's talk.